Northwest Missouri talk group. We're going to program that in, so we can put that up here. And that talk group is 6169. So we have 6169. There we go. So that's going to be our talk group number. Now these talk groups are all a little bit different from the Brandmeister. So if you're used to the Brandmeister talk groups, just keep that in mind. Then next we have, we're going to put in the UK talk group. So United Kingdom, so we'll do UK. And that one on Tgif is 116. And then I also wanted to put in the parrot, which is either going to be 9990, just like the Brandmeister side, or 31000. So so that's 9990, or let's see, what is it? 31. There we go. So we have some talk groups, and then I actually found on there, I'm not sure who created this, but it was really neat. There's actually a Bridgecom talk group. I've never personally talked on that, but we're going to try it out as well. So Bridgecom Systems is 210. So Bridgecom. So we'll try that out as well. So cool, we got lots of different options here for talk groups. So there's a whole bunch more talk groups on there. Let's get into it. Let me see if we can get this HDMI sorted out real quick. Okay, give us just a second here. Had some technical difficulties. We'll get this straightened out for you. Okay, so we're going to open up the CPS. Okay. Let me see here. I think I know how we can take care of this. Let's see. Apologize, folks. We're just going to see if we can get this fixed real quick so you can have the view of the screen here. Okay, just switching a couple things around. We'll have this ready for you folks in a minute. There we go, got the cable hooked up. Always something fun and interesting when you're going live, right? That's what it's all about. So do some live fixes here. We'll get this hooked up and we'll be all set. We actually have another really neat event we'll talk about here in a minute planned. So we've been doing some setup. Looks like the studio wasn't quite set up the same for it, but we're gonna get it fixed here for you live. This is Cody W3 AMG. Looks like we have some technical difficulties. I've been informed we just went live. So we've already kind of covered the first half. So we'll start over. Make sure you guys get the full experience. Apologize for any of you who were on there for that. So we should be pretty much set up now. We'll go through this again. So today what we're doing is setting up our AnyTone radio in SkyBridge to work with the Tgif network. So our friends over at Tgif, they actually have a network as well. There's Brandmeister, there's Tgif, there's lots of different networks out there, and you can actually use all of them. So today we're going to be setting up the Tgif network, and let's see here. So we've got our radio set up. I fully reinitialized this one. So at this point, we've got our radio Hi everyone, I'm Cody W3AMG with Bridgecom Systems, and today we're going to be showing you how to set up your AnyTone and SkyBridge with the Tgif network. We've had a lot of requests for this, so today we're going to go over it. I want to apologize for the late start. We've had some technical difficulties with the stream and everything, so we've got everything worked out. We should be able to have a smooth stream at this point. We should have the camera for the computer and everything we need. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have our radio here and we have our SkyBridge. So I've gone ahead and taken my programming cable and plugged that into the radio and then into the computer. So the first thing we want to do is figure out what talk groups we want to actually talk on the network. So Tgif is similar to all the other networks out there like Brandmeister and a few of the others. It's just a different network. It's cool because you can dive into it. It's not quite as popular at the moment, but you can meet some people on here you might not be able to meet on the other. So it's definitely worth taking advantage of. So let's go ahead and jump into the computer over here. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is open up a web browser, and we'll actually find out the talk groups that we want to talk on. So I'm going to go do a Google search just for, let's see, Tgif talk groups. That's generally the best way to find it. There we go, tgif.network, perfect. So I'm going to click on this. And at this point, you can actually download the entire list if you want. Or for today, we're actually just going to take a few talk groups and go with them. So let's see here. We'll wait for this to pull up. Perfect. So at this point, we can find and select one of our talk groups. Let's see here. We have a lot of different options. What do we want to choose? So this is kind of cool. So what I'm going to choose is, let's see, Missouri. Perfect. So there is one for Missouri. We're going to record that. So I've got this written down. Let's put this up on the board here. So Northwest Missouri. So we'll do and that is 6169. There we go, Northwest Missouri. Let's find another one. I think I saw United Kingdom on there, so we'll put that up. Let's see if we can find it here on the home page. That looked pretty cool. Yeah, United Kingdom, that's cool. They have that on there, so that is 116. We'll put that up. There we go, 116. And then the parrot. We've always got to have the parrot. Now, let's see if we can find it. So it doesn't look like it shows up here, but from some of the research I did before the stream, it looks like you can either use 9990 or 31000. So we'll put those up on the board. Okay, so we have the parrot, which is going to be, let's see here, 9990. And maybe if we switch back over so people can see the board here, or our other number is 31000. And then finally, I'm going to add a talk group I stumbled across on here, the Bridgecom talk group. And I don't know who created this. It's pretty neat. There is actually a Bridgecom Systems talk group. So we'll try it out. I've never actually used it myself, but that looked really cool. So we'll go ahead and throw that up as well. Bridgecom Systems is 210. So 210. There we go. Awesome. So we have some numbers to work with now at this point. So let's go ahead. We've got our radio plugged in, completely reinitialized. So I'll click confirm, let that boot up there. And first we'll program the radio, and then we will program the SkyBridge itself. So let's jump in here. We'll open up a web browser, or close our web browser, that is, and we're going to open up the CPS. So go ahead and double click on that. Okay, perfect. So we're set up here. We have the CPS open. So the first thing I always like to do is read from my radio. So I'm going to click on the COM port icon up here, click OK, and then click Read from Radio. Now at this point, just click, we don't need to save changes, so click OK, and just the other data. This is going to synchronize everything. We always want to do this first. Otherwise, if we don't, we may run into errors and band errors and different problems down the road if we didn't do this first. There we go, read data complete, perfect. So we're set. Now at this point, we need to actually add those talk groups that we just created or just found out about. So we're going to go in here to digital, open up that digital tab, and then click contact/talk group. So from here, we want to add some of them. So I'm going to double click on one, and let's add the Northwest Missouri. And then this is going to be a group call. Keep in mind, group call is for most talk groups, that's what you want. You're going to be able to talk to everyone. Now, private call, like for the parrot, you probably either want, you could do a group call, but you probably want that to be a private call. So just keep that in mind. We're going to do a group call here, and that is 6169. Awesome. We'll do another one. How about United Kingdom? That one will be pretty cool. So that is 116. Oops. There we go. Add that one. And how about the parrot? So I'm just going to try the 9990. That's what I'm used to, so we'll give that a shot here. We'll switch that over to a private call. Awesome. And how about the Bridgecom? We'll make that one 210. There we go. Cool, how neat is that? So we have those on there. Now at this point, while we're in this digital tab, you'll want to go to the radio ID list up here at the top. Click on that, and then you want to add your own radio ID and call sign. So my DMR ID is 3152688, and I'm going to add my name and call sign here. Oops. There we go. That way that can be displayed on people if they have the radio set up to display that. There we go. Awesome. So we've got that set up. We've got our talk groups. Now we're going to go into optional settings real quick just to take care of a few things while we're here. First thing to do is go to work mode and change your display mode from frequency to channel. What that's going to do is allow you to actually see what we're putting into the radio when you go to use it, instead of just seeing the frequency, because we're talking to the SkyBridge, so all of the frequencies are going to be the same. This will actually allow us to view that difference there. Awesome. So we're set up here. Okay, we're going to go into the power on section. Now at this point, we'll put in our name and call sign in here. This is just for aesthetics. You don't necessarily have to do this one, but I like to. It just makes it a nicer experience. There we go. We're in good shape. Okay. And then I always like to turn sub-channel off. Perfect, just like that. So we're done in optional settings. Now we can move over and create our channels. So in the channel section, we can get rid of everything here. We can just delete these. Don't need them for anything. The standard ones that come with it, we'll just get rid of them and then add our new channels. Just like that. Now, what you want to do is just double click on one. And now at this point, we want to pick our frequency. So for today, I'm going to use 446525 for the frequency because we're talking to a hotspot. That's going to be a simplex frequency. So we'll type that in here, 446525. Down below, 446525, just like that. And this is going to be where we basically add our talk groups into our radio. So let's do the Northwest Missouri first. Just like that. And we're going to select digital. And because we're talking to a hotspot that's right here, all you need is low power. That's going to save your battery life. So just select low power. You won't need any more than that, because if you're far enough away to not be able to hit the hotspot with low power, you're not going to be able to hear it come back to you anyway. So we're good there. Just leave everything. DMR mode, we should be able to leave that alone for this, since we have both frequencies set up here anyway. Now if you are talking to a repeater, make sure that is set in repeater mode, but it won't matter for this. Time slot. So for this, we actually want to use time slot 2 to talk to the SkyBridge. And then color code, we're going to leave that at color code 1. Now here's the important part. This thing up here that says contact, you want to click on that. And this is where you will select your TGIF talk group, basically. So we're going to go Northwest Missouri. There we go. And click OK. Perfect. So we have our first channel created with our TGIF talk group. How cool is that? So now, if we want to create more, just go ahead and right-click on it, and then copy, and then we can go down here and do a Control-V, and that's going to paste. So now we have another. Let's see, how many do we want? We wanted 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll paste a couple more here, just like that. And let's go ahead and change them. Now at this point, all we have to change is the name and the contact, because we've already set up everything else. So this one will be United Kingdom. We'll change that over here real quick. There we go. Got that switched over. Now we'll go to this one. Parrot. Change this one over. Hopefully you understand how this works. Once you've created one, you can just copy and paste a whole bunch and then switch the rest over. Can be a little bit time consuming, but it's not too complicated. Definitely, if you're wanting to get into this and you're brand new, consider something like one of our Ultra Code plugs that has it all pre-done for you. So, you know, you spend $100 and save yourself hours of time, because there's actually over 800 different talk groups in it. So that's going to save you. It took us months to put that together, not only just adding them physically, but actually going out and finding all the different talk groups and organizing them. A lot of time goes into that, so you can definitely save yourself a lot of time. But if you're someone who wants to just add a few and play around with it, definitely follow along here. There we go. So let's add our last one, Bridgecom. There we go, and we'll select that in the contact section. Bridgecom. Perfect. Click OK. And we are ready to rock and roll here. So next, the last thing we need to do before we write it to the radio is go over to Zone. There we go. And double click on that zone. And we're going to actually add all of these talk groups into a zone. Otherwise, if they're not in a zone, we will not be able to see them. So I'm going to give this zone a name. We'll give it TGIF. There we go. OK. We're all set here. One thing I do like to do is just change the display image on the radio. It makes it look a lot nicer. So we'll do that real quick. Just go into optional settings again, into display, and standby background picture. We'll set that to custom 1. Click OK. And then we're going to go up to Tool, standby BK picture 1. And then we'll open an image and get that changed over real quick. Just like that. There we go. There's a good background image. Open, and then click Write. And that'll change our image over to be a nice looking image like what we have over here. There we go. It's complete. So now we've wrote the image, we just have to write the rest of the data to the radio. So we'll just wait for this radio to come back up in the COM port settings. Or you can just wait till it turns back on, and then we will write everything over to the radio. Now, once we start that writing, we're actually going to, there we go, came back up, and just click Write to Radio, and Other Data. There you go, we're all set. Now you can also add your digital contact list. We're going to skip over that today, but keep in mind you can add that so you can actually see everyone you're talking to. So definitely recommend doing that. We have a lot of videos that cover that, so we're going to skip over that today. So next, we want to set up the SkyBridge. So our radio now, we can unplug this. It is 100% ready to talk on the TGIF network. So we've got that set up. Now the SkyBridge, it's time to set that up as well. So we're going to get out the CPS here and open up a web browser. So let's see if we can switch over here to look at the SkyBridge. Okay, so if we have a look on the SkyBridge, we can see there's a lot of different things on the screen here, but what we're looking for is for this IP address. So it will look something like this. In this case, it's 192.168.1.177. Now this is actually one of the great things with the SkyBridge. You can view this IP address from the screen. You don't have to log into routers, all those extra things that take a lot of time and are frustrating. You can just view it right from the screen. So as long as your computer or device is on the same network, you can easily set this up. So we've got that IP address, and now we're going to jump over here to our computer, okay, and actually type that into a web browser. Now as long as you're on the same network, you can use any device for this. So 192, there we go, it popped up here. So we are all set. Just open that up and then click on configuration once you're inside. And the username is always, unless you've changed it, will always be pi-star, and the password is raspberry, R-A-S-P-B-E-R-R-Y. There we go. Just like that. So we're inside of it now. There's not much we need to change. So we're going to change a couple things. The frequency we can see is wrong. We set our radio up for 525, and the SkyBridge will actually come set for 550. So we're going to change that real quick. 525, perfect, just like that. And there's a couple other things. We need to change the DMR master, wherever that is, here we go, to the Tgif underscore network. So right now it's set up on the Brandmeister setting. Let's see if we can find Tgif here. Okay, let's see. Find it here, Tgif. There we go, Tgif network. Skipped over it. There it is right there. So go ahead and click on that. And you should be all set at this point. So, yep, we're good to go. So just go ahead and click Apply Changes. And if it's your first time setting up your SkyBridge, make sure you add your DMR ID and your call sign. And then if you want, you can add your other information like your lat and long and then location information. But definitely need to have your call sign and DMR ID, and then that Brandmeister, the DMR server, I should say. It was set to Brandmeister. We're changing it over to Tgif. So click Apply Changes, and we'll wait for this to reboot and then give it a shot. So if any of you folks have any questions about this, or want help getting set up with it, if you're thinking about trying it out, you want help getting set up with it, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and we'll be happy to help you with it. See if we can switch back over to the main camera view here real quick. Awesome, so we're waiting for this. Looks like it should be set up now. So we have our radio, so I'm going to switch over to the Parrot. We'll see if we can try out the Parrot on our newly programmed Tgif setup. So let's give it a shot. This is Cody, W3AMG, trying out my newly programmed radio on the Tgif network. Okay, looks like we got through. We'll try it again here real quick. This is Cody, W3AMG, trying out my newly programmed radio on the Tgif network. Okay, let's see here. Doesn't look like we're getting through. Okay, let's see. And you'll also want to make sure, that's one thing we didn't add, a disconnect talk group. So you'll want to also make sure to add the disconnect talk group, so when you're talking to one, you can easily switch over and talk to the other. So let's try this Parrot again here real quick. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is W3AMG. Okay. Make sure we got everything set. Looks like it. The SkyBridge can see the radio talking to it. Should be in good shape. Hotspot security. I wonder if we need to do anything with that. I don't think so. Let's see here. We shouldn't have any trouble. Let me click. We'll try a different talk group here. See if we can hit someone out on the Missouri talk group. This is W3AMG, trying out my newly programmed radio out on this Northwest Missouri talk group. Anyone out there? Okay, let's see here. Okay, so it looks like it's possible we need to have some kind of account set up as well for Tgif, similar to Brandmeister with a password. So if we get that set up, we should be able to get this working. So just like your password for Brandmeister, it looks like we need an account here for Tgif. So let's see if we can find that real quick and do it on the fly. So Tgif. Okay. Oops. See if we can get this set up here real quick. Okay, there's the talk group list. Registration. Yep, so make sure, almost missed a step here, make sure you register with Tgif. That way you can actually get set up and create that hotspot security password. So we're going to do this here real quick. Keep this off screen just so I can enter all my information real quick. Okay. Okay, so we're just setting up a Tgif account. There we go, register. Okay, we're going to verify my email real quick, and we'll be up and running. So definitely I'll update the show notes, make sure to put that in there. Definitely make sure you have your account set up. It's been a while since I've actually used the Tgif network myself, so it looks like maybe they've always had that, or maybe that's something new. But either way, you are going to need to register with them first. So we'll get registered here real quick. Let's see. Okay. Okay, here we go, perfect. So we've got our email, confirm. Click here to confirm. So registration looks to be super simple. There we go, we can log in now. So if you guys have not registered for Tgif, definitely do so. See if you all can get registered. It was super easy so far. Let's see if we can log in and get this set up. There we go. We're inside. Let's see if we can switch over here. Perfect. So we're inside of our account. Now at this point, let's find out how we can create our password. Let's see, monitoring. Talk group list, okay. Maybe under W3AMG, here we go. Profile settings. Oop. Okay, so it looks like we have to allow 24 hours. So basically, what's going on here is we will allow for the wait time, allow 24 hours for them to fully activate our account. Then at that point, we will create a password. So we'll create our Tgif password. And then from there, what you'll do is you'll put that password in the hotspot security. And if you need help with this, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and we'd be more than happy to help you with that. So definitely, make sure to take advantage of that. We're here helping people with this stuff all day long. So there we go. We're pretty much set at this point. We've got our radio set up. Only a couple things we need to remember. Just make sure to create your TGIF account as well as creating a talk group to disconnect. So you want to make sure to do those two things and you should be set. So I'll update the show notes to include all of that. Let's see, do we have any questions? And before we start the questions here real quick, I want to have a couple of announcements. Keep in mind we are going to do 2 giveaways. So here in a few minutes, we're actually going to give away a 1-year subscription to Bridgecom Plus. So that's going to get you extra added community. You're actually going to have a whole private community for just Bridgecom Plus members, and you're going to get separate giveaways, extra specials, a whole bunch of extra access. So it'll be really cool for you. And then for the Bridgecom Plus only members, here in a few minutes, we're actually going to give away to one lucky winner a brand new AnyTone 878 UV2 Plus radio. So definitely stick around. You do have to be present to win. If someone's not there, we'll call it. When it's called, that time's up. So make sure you're here and comment straight away when we draw the winner so we know you're here. Awesome. And then we do have one other announcement we'll do after the questions. In fact, we can actually do that before the questions real quick. We're going to bring Ron KC0QVT up to announce something he's got really cool.
Hey everyone, thank you for being here. Hey, just want to give some props to Cody. He is doing this live, and you know, sometimes things happen. By the way, there was a guest that commented that you might be able to use that password as a default there in the event. That would work, so if we can try that or not. But yeah, this is all live. We do our best. But anyway, I want to make you guys aware of an event that is happening this Saturday, 12 p.m. Central Time here in the studio. I'm going to be doing a workshop where I'm going to be walking you guys in a more in-depth way of what Cody's doing right now. But I'm going to start you, for those of you that are really new to this, I'm going to take you from the very start of it all the way to where we're going to make a QSO, okay? I know that some of you guys are pretty advanced at this point, but what we're seeing in the marketplace is that there's a lot of folks that they're just getting into this. And so the intent, we want to start 2022 off right. We want to give everybody an opportunity to see what DMR is all about and to show folks, you know, what these radios, these hotspots, a repeater, and walk you through that process and just show you what's going on. Like, for example, what is a Tgif? What is a Brandmeister? What is DMR? Anyway, it's this weekend at 12 p.m. There's a link. I'm going to have, I think Eric can probably put a link in the chat where you guys can sign up. We'll have some notes and stuff for that, but I want to invite you to attend that. I think we got over 1,200 people signed up at this point. And what I'll be doing is I'm going to, at the completion of that event, I'll give away the radio that I'll be working on as well as the hotspot. And what's cool is the tablet computer that I'm going to use. So somebody's lucky is going to win all that stuff after we get done with it. So anyway, I'll invite you to attend that and get 2022 started. If you're just getting into DMR, want to know more, that's what this event's about. So anyway, we'll take it away.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Ron. QVT, you heard it. Which will be awesome for you if you're just getting into it, want to learn the entire thing. It's going to be on a Saturday. We're going to have time to go over just about everything when it comes to DMR, and the expert's going to walk you through it. So make sure you sign up for that event or send anyone there who you know could be helped by it. So let's take some questions real quick.
Phil asks, how are you going to differentiate Brandmeister talk groups from TGIF talk groups in your list?
That's a great question. Yeah, absolutely. So if you have a lot of different talk groups of Brandmeister and TGIF, a couple different options, you could label them. So you could just label TGIF after it. That'll be the easiest way. Or in terms of on the radio, what I'm doing is just having different zones. So I'll just have a different zone for TGIF versus Brandmeister. Or you can have different labels. Just utilize your naming feature. That'd be your best option. Keep in mind the SkyBridge can only do one at a time. Like generally hotspots cannot support multiple modes being active, so you will have to set that DMR master really with any hotspot you're using. So just keep that in mind. You'll have to change your DMR master. Now once you have it all set up, it's super easy to do. You just change it and you're good to go.
Dana West asks, is Bridgecom Systems talk group 210 only on Tgif? Do they have a talk group on Brandmeister?
Hey, that's a great question. You know what? I did not know about that talk group until today, so we can definitely find out for you. I don't believe I've seen it on Brandmeister, but that would be really neat if it's on both places, but maybe that's a cool exclusive thing to TGIF. We'll definitely let you know more about it.
N6 JRZ asks, question, is a PC required to program a DMR radio? I've been looking into DMR.
Let's see, I think I missed the first part of the question. Let's see.
Is a PC required?
PC required, perfect. Okay, so is a PC required to program a DMR radio? No, not at all. You can actually program it right from your radio itself. So if you have a radio, you can program it that way. It's going to make it a lot easier if you have the computer. You can do a lot more with the computer, a lot faster, but technically you can do everything you need from the radio. So if you're just wanting to talk with local repeaters or maybe even get on DMR and just program in a few talk groups, I've done it that way. It actually works pretty well. But if you want to work with large lists of digital contact lists, everything like that, definitely want to get yourself a Windows computer. You can get something that's not very expensive, so it's definitely the way to go.
Sam asks, does the Ultra Code Plug have both Brandmeister and Tgif talk groups?
Yeah, great question. So I believe the Ultra Code Plug is just Brandmeister talk groups at the moment, but it would be really neat to expand on that to include some more things like Tgif. So we'll keep you posted.
Ben Manley asks, so the Ultra Code Plug will now have Tgif in it?
Yeah, so we just touched on that. Not at the moment, but that will be something really cool to see down the road. So we'll keep you posted.
Lee asks, do Tgif channels overlay the Brandmeister talk groups?
Yeah, so the two servers basically are different. So Brandmeister is going to be over here, Tgif is over here. So they are different servers. So there's not going to be talk groups. The same talk groups are not going to work on each one. So just make sure, whatever one you're talking on, you have set on your hotspot.
N6 JRZ asks, I'm confused. Very old school ham here. What is the Tgif y'all are referring to?
Yeah, so the Tgif, what was it?
He's asking what Tgif is.
Okay, so Tgif is another server basically. So when you have a hotspot or even a local repeater connected up to a DMR network, you have to have some kind of server to connect everyone, because if I'm just talking to a repeater, I'm going to only be able to talk in my local community. But if you hook that repeater up to DMR into a server, you can actually talk to other repeaters around the nation or even the world. Now Brandmeister happens to be one of those, and Tgif happens to be another server. So they're just different servers that connect everything together. Hopefully that makes sense for you.
And we have our winners for the giveaways.
Awesome. We have winners for the giveaway. Let's go ahead and do the first winner for the non-Bridgecom Plus, just everyone winner. He or she is going to win a 1-year subscription to Bridgecom Plus. Let's find out who it is.
And that winner is going to be Paul, KN6HPZ. If you're here, send a message in the chat.
Awesome. Let's see. Do we have Paul in the house? We're going to wait, find out if Paul's here before we do the next one. Let's see. We'll give it a little bit of time here. Wait to see if Paul shows up. And remember, folks, you do have to be present to win, so don't go anywhere just yet. And while we're waiting here, like I was saying earlier, make sure if you have questions or anything, we want to help you. We want to help you be successful. So give us a call, 816-532-8451, and we can help you with your, getting set up with Tgif, with Brandmeister, with DMR, We'll walk you through the process. I know some of our guys have even been helping people actually create their accounts. We really want to be able to be of service to you and help you. So if you need help with something, don't feel free to reach out. We want you to be successful with your radio journey. That's what it's all about. That's what these streams are for. Sometimes they don't go perfect like today, but we're going to make them happen regardless. Let's see, is Paul in the house? Okay, well, doesn't look like Paul has showed up yet, so we'll wait to find out. Now, if we do have to pick another winner, keep in mind there's a bit of a delay between when we are streaming and when the actual stream goes live. So just keep that in mind. If we draw the line, we draw the line. So just want you guys to be aware of that. Let's see if Paul shows up. Okay, and keep in mind, folks, we do have a stream going on Saturday, I think we have the date posted in the chat here. It's going to be of Ron going over how to set up your radio, your SkyBridge, and your computer, all to work together with the DMR network. Basically a deep dive into a workshop for all of you folks. There's a lot of people signed up, so make sure you sign up and attend that. It's going to be an awesome experience for you guys. Again, it's going to be Ron, KC0QVT, giving that presentation. It'll be awesome. Let's see. Awesome. No Paul here. Let's see, are we drawing another winner? Yep. Okay, we're drawing another winner. It's been called, so we're going to find out who that is here in a second.
And the new winner is going to be Scott, KE0ZBB.
Awesome. Scott, are you in the house? Okay, let's see. Testing 1, 2, 3, W3 AMG. Let's see. Do we have Scott in the house? Awesome. Scott is in the house. We are all set. So congratulations to you. You have just won yourself a 1-year subscription to Bridgecom Plus. Now that's going to include a lot of things for you. That's going to include access to all the Bridgecom University courses. So there's like a few $100s there worth of value for you. It's going to give you exclusive access to a community of like-minded hams, Bridgecom Plus only members, so you can bounce ideas off one another and get exclusive access to deals before anyone else and better deals that other people can't get access to. And not to mention, in these live streams, you can also get access to a special giveaway. So right here, we're going to draw the winner for the Bridgecom Plus giveaway. Let's find out who it is.
And the winner for the Bridgecom Plus giveaway is going to be Kenneth Thompson, KG5KS.
Kenneth, are you in the house? Let's find out. Perfect. Kenneth is in the house. Awesome. Congratulations to you. You have just won yourself a brand new AnyTone 878 UV Plus radio. So this is going to include everything you need to get started with DMR from the radio side of things. Now you will also, with this, get access to Bridgecom University. So that's a $97 value. It'll show you everything you need to know to take this radio out of the box and become a DMR expert. So how cool is that? Scott, we've got a winner, Scott and Kenneth. Kenneth has just won himself a brand new radio. So how cool is that? That's pretty much all we have for today. I want to thank you all for attending. I know we had some technical difficulties on the stream today. A few things didn't go as planned, but hey, we got the information to you folks. I'm sure we'll cover this again in the future, but that's what it's all about, helping people with their radios. So if you have the opportunity, make sure you help someone out yourself, or if you don't have time for that, send them our way so we can be of use to them and help them as well. That's what it's all about. So that's all I have for today. Thank you all for attending. Make sure, do me a huge favor and show up to Ron's live training workshop. It's going to be on Saturday. He's going to go over everything you need to know about DMR from start to finish, the entire thing in a workshop setting. It'll be really neat. So make sure you sign up for that and definitely show up. So that's all I have for today. I'm Cody, W3AMG 73.